So, we had a team called Object Object, and what we developed today and yesterday is the tool called Polygraph, like politics, polygraph, because on every elections there is a huge problem. Every politic promises something, then forgets it, and you want to know, every voter want to know, can I trust this guy or that girl or that whatever this is? So we developed a tool that helps to do it basically automatically using AI, using huge data set of Newsmatics news. Here, how does it look like? So you can you can check which kind of media you wanna ground your investigation on, and of course a field to, type the name of the person. This is how it looks like. Basically, quick overview, and this part here is kind of the score made on all the news we could find with some kind of weight and pretty interesting math. But here you can see quick overview, and then you can see why we decided to make this exact mark. It's basically from A to F, 5 types. You can see all the promises we found, the politics made, and the proofs, basically. We, of course, only use trustworthy sources, no bad stuff. And you can check it manually if you want, of course. So who is it for? Basically for everyone who can vote, every person older than 18, for journalists, for basically everyone. The pipeline is kind of complicated, but the general idea is it uses parallel processing, so we can take a lot of data in like just fractions of dollar and make a pretty normal decision, a pretty trustworthy decision. You can read the presentation, I guess, if you want, but I don't want to stop on that. Basically, what we do is we take the promises, take the articles that prove or disprove this promise, that it was kept, or it was rejected, or it was forgotten, pardon. And then we make our decision, we calculate the score, and we say, can you trust this person, or you cannot? Of course, we use bias balancing. You can select it on the first stage, as you could see. We, of course, use only trustworthy, as I said, sources. We use a lot of stuff here, like mostly technical. Let's not stop on that. And the core feature is basically that it is automated. So technically, you can update the data every day, every minute, every second on every guy on the planet if you have enough power and money, of course. So basically, you don't need to do it manually, but what is important, you can check it manually because we make all the proofs, all the links to the sources, so on. This is another example how it could look like. So as you can see the score, some data, and what we have here is a little demo. That's actually the real animations, and for each kind of type, kind of color, we have different symbols, different emojis. So yeah. Oh, I have 1 minute for more. Yeah.
So it was super easy to run it, so thanks for that. It was a good demo. I want to know, like, from the user perspective, when I'm starting and I'm selecting which bias I'm gonna use. So how did you decide it? Like, to me, it wasn't that intuitive. Like, I'd probably just want all the news, you know, to be aggregated in the report, right?
Well, you may you might, yes. But imagine you are a kind of village guy in the middle of America, in Texas. Do you really want to read left press? I wouldn't.
So it was like, so I'm just like having trouble understanding why is the input can be biased, but the report is like the factual claims, right? Like it just sounds interesting if you wouldn't rather want to show even the biased person the unbiased stuff.
Okay, let's say another example. You are a journalist and you want to see how the politics, that compliance score or whatever, how it depends on the biased media, right? Or maybe you just really want to only see news from your political party.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, I can see that. Like, if you had more time, you could compare that, I guess, throughout the specific biases. Yeah, and like from you did some sort of factual claim verification. I wanted to know if you used any sort of available method that's any sort of scientifically valid or like published method for the claims.
We check the news.
Huh?
We check the news and process them using AI.
Yeah. And then use a prompt to like decide whether the claim is right.
Yes, of course.
And the prompt. So that was a prompt you created. You written down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it can be changed, of course. We can change the logic, but not in 24 hours and not in like laptops.
It was not clear to me from the presentation, but can you elaborate more about how you extract those promises and how you align them with the fact that they are kept?
Yes, the main idea is in the core data pipeline. First of all, we want to try to find any possible promise that politician made in public. That's the step one. Step two is to take each promise and utilize your search query, search engine, to find as much as possible related information about that promise, whether it justifies that it is kept or in progress or denied at all. And we try to analyze those sources from different perspectives using LLM for that, combining information into a big table of those facts and try to reduce them as much as possible into distinct clusters of opinion or those facts about that promises. And so based on that, we perform the final evaluation report.
One fast question. How long does it usually take to generate such a report for one topic?
We use smaller LLMs. It depends, of course, on numbers of pages you retrieve by one query. We were defaulting by 20. And we can run it in parallel, so it might take, with a proper engineering, up to 5 minutes. But the main advantage is that was in a fraction of dollars. So you can, for each report, you can, that's cost less than $1.
I have just one quick question. So the labels of the sources, like left wing, right wing, it's only just a filter, or does it play any role in what you get from the Newsmatics API?
So if you do not choose any, it would be an overall score across all the sources available. But if you want to see some changes or to see some evaluation on a specified perspective, you can do that.
Yeah, so it's just a filter. It's not weighted in any way afterwards. You get it from the
After, if you do not choose any, it would fully rely on the bi-relevant API Newsmatic provided. So we rely mostly on the properly created search query and to get the most related articles from that.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Well, it would really be interesting to see the biases, you know, what you get afterwards, but yeah, maybe in the future.